Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
It's a good day today. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to get started. Hopefully you're keeping up. So we're going over the laws, the commandments, the judgments, the statutes. Now, most people don't understand the definition of those terms. The laws or decrees, these are unchangeable,
Yes, they are
right?
books.
The commandments or decrees, they're unchangeable. These are not suggestions. They're not suggestions. This is not a suggestion box. This is what you to do, what you are to do. Okay? Period. The judgments, this is how you see it. This is your perception. This is your understanding. This is how you think. Okay? The ordinance. This is the process in how we do things. An ordinance is a process of how we do things. The statutes are the outcomes of whether you do the judgments, commandments, and the ordinances. So if you do it or you don't do it, there is a statute for both. If you do it, you'll be blessed. If you don't do it, you'll be cursed. This book is written to testify against you. Meaning, right now, this book stands to prosecute you. You are guilty because you have not yet come. And you will say, oh, but you're not waiting for anyone. There is no one to wait for. As I read you the law, the instructions are clear. You're to give the funds to buy the land for your own sustainment and to walk in the law under the understanding. Give it. Why you? Because I'm the teacher. I'm the one teaching you. You don't know. Right? That's another thing you're going to have to get rid of. The fear of being governed by your own people. Okay? It was once common and regular, and it will be common and regular again. I know you have a deep fear of, unfair and injustice. But in this reorganization of the people, you have the law, which is why we have classes to begin to understand the layers and the processing, which is why getting here is not the point of salvation. This is a training operation that will continuously grow until it becomes a nation. So we have to get you retrained and reorganized as a people. So we have to get you into the mindset of a nation. Right now, you have the mindset of a slave. You don't know how to stick together as a people and take care of your own and support your own. You really don't know. Okay? You're looking for a title, you're looking for a claim, and you think that it's the title or the claim that gives you the ability, and it is neither. You must walk in the law. So the question I posed on the last video is, are you really the Israelites? And that's because in order to be the Israelites, you have to do the old law as it's given. All right. So this is the test. Now I know exactly who's coming. I know who ain't coming. Right? At this time. I know who's coming later.
Mm-hmm.
I know. You say, Rabbi Sheikh, how do you know who's coming? Because it's already written. It already says who's coming. They may come here, a Fred, a Mike, a Bob, but they won't stay Fred, Mike, and Bob when they get here. They're going to become the forefathers who said they would come, and they'll take on those names and that house. And they'll receive those honors and those glories, and it will be as it is written, thereby proven through success that we are the people. That's it. All right. Let's see where we are, and then we can get started with our reading. We're in chapter 5 today. Okay. We're in chapter 5 today, and we're going to jump right on in and reread verse 1 from yesterday. And Moses called Moshe called all Israel and said to them, Hear, Israel, the statutes and judgments that I speak before you this day, to learn them and observe to perform them. So here we are. Hear, listen, sons of Israel. These are the statutes, the outcomes, and the thought processes, judgments, the thoughts, right? The decisions. So these are the outcomes and the decisions for certain thoughts that I speak before you today. I'm speaking to you today. I'm Musa. I'm speaking to you today. All right? For you to learn, right? And observe to perform. So today you're going to hear it. You're going to think about it. You're going to learn some things. You have the video to review. You're going to get up. You're going to pack your bags. You're going to make yourself ready to come out to actually do it.
Yes.
Right? You got to come. You're going to chip in. We're buying land as a community. We're not buying land as individuals.
Right.
Right? Once the community buys land, the community moves to the land, and the community continues to buy land as a community.
Yes.
We're not buying land as individuals. Once the community owns a large swath of land, the community will not be dividing that land at this time.
Right.
We will not be dividing the land until all of our brethren and all of the land has been gathered back.
Yes.
You understand? I hope you do. We're not dividing land until that time. All 12 tribes are together and we have all of our lands, then it will be divided as such. Yah, our Allah, the Lord our God, confirmed a covenant with us in Horeb. So you need to understand that. Our God confirmed with us a covenant in Horeb. Okay?
Yes.
That is the end of the discussion.
Yes.
There will be nothing new because it's done at Horeb.
Yes. Yes.
Not Calvary, not Mecca, or any place else. For us, it's Jabal al-Laws, where our covenant was cut, which is in Edom, in Saudi. Not with our fathers did Yah confirm his covenant, but with us. You need to understand that. Abraham received the covenant, but the covenant of who was the Most High's chosen people that he covenanted a nation unto himself was at Horeb.
Mm-hmm. So in Yirmiyahu, Jeremiah 31, this is the covenant
That he's talking about.
that he was talking about. Yes.
So the covenant at Jabal are laws,
Mm-hmm.
and those who were there, those people are Israel. Jethro was there. He's part of Israel, the congregation. He's covenanted, as well as the sons of Israel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So that's why you'll see in Chronicles, it tells you these are the families of the righteous. That's because they were with you at Mount Sinai. And you will see Saudi families, Edom families.
Yes, you do.
You will see Ishmael families.
Yes, you do.
Okay?
Yes.
Doesn't matter what they're doing now. We're not discussing what they're doing now. Everybody is wrong right now.
Mm-hmm.
But I cannot talk to everybody because it's not their responsibility to be the sons of Israel to lead in the correct manner. So I am only talking to Bani Israel right now because they are the most wrong. They are following everybody else when they're supposed to be leading.
Yes.
Right now, they're following everybody else saying, follow me as I do what you do.
Mm-hmm.
It is retarded. It is wholly retarded.
You know, as you said, everybody wants to be kings, but nobody's wanting to be a kingdom.
Right. Right. Everybody wants to be the king and nobody wants to be the kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So now we have to organize the kingdom to function, and then everybody else will follow suit as the Most High does his work. Okay? So, not with our fathers did Yah confirm this covenant. So remember, we're talking about confirmation.
Mm-hmm.
Abraham's received the covenant, and then there's a promise.
Mm-hmm.
The promise continues through Isaac and through Jacob and through Jacob's sons. But it's not confirmed
until
you were at Horeb.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a promise.
Right.
And then the Most High confirmed it, covenanted it, did it. Everybody witnessed, everybody saw the signs, everybody saw the wonders. We still talk about Egypt and what happened to this day. Therefore, the covenant is confirmed. You know that the God of these people is real.
Right.
Who are all of us here this day alive and abiding? This is Moses telling to you, again, this is 2 times.
Yes.
So now, you who I'm talking to on this camera that hear what I'm saying and know you're an Israelite, just know you were at Horeb.
Yes.
Okay? You were there. I don't care how you feel about this information, but it's not about whether you remember. It's not about how you understand or what you haven't heard. You have come back again. Call it reincarnation, call it what you like.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what you call it, but it is the same. Word to word did Yah speak with you at the mountain from the midst of the fire. So word to word, meaning he said and you said. And you heard. You also ran, which is why the Most High is not talking to to any of you.
Mm.
You ran. And then you prayed and asked the Most High, talk to one person, and we'll listen to him. Talk to Moses. So here we are talking to Moses again. All right? So now we're following the instructions. It has nothing to do with anybody practicing any type of divination,
Yes.
trying to hear from the Most High in a foreign way. I stood between the word of Yah and you at that time to declare you the word of Yah, because you were afraid before the voice of the word of Yah, which you had heard from the midst of the fire. Neither did you go up to the mountain while he said, Sons of Israel, Bani Israel, the sons, my people, my sons of Israel, and my people, those gathered with them.
Right.
I am Yah, your Allah, who made and led you out free from the land of Mitzrayim. So in Mitzrayim were other peoples
Yes.
also subject to the dominion of the Egyptians. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And from the house of bondage of slaves, which is where you are today. So now we have the Most High reiterating what he said then to you right now.
Mm-hmm.
Sons of Israel, my people, no other God shall you have beside me. Well, now Christianity gets tossed smooth out the window. Okay? That's gone. Finished. It's out.
Yes, it is.
Okay? The whole New Testament lie has lied.
Yes.
Nothing is beside the Most High. It's not sitting on the right hand.
That's right.
Or the left.
That's right.
Out. See? Very simple. So that religion is finished. We've dealt with that.
Yes.
You shall not make to you an image or the likeness of anything which is in the heavens above. Well, that takes Judaism and throws it smooth out the window.
Yes.
Okay? Smooth out. The star? No. This is out. We don't have no image.
Right.
The images of Mashiach.
Yeah.
No.
It's out the window.
It's out the window.
Yeah, so this is just another witness of the New Testament being out the window.
Out the window.
Yeah.
There's no image.
Yes.
There's no ideas.
Yes.
Right? You are commanded to keep the law in this manner. Islam is out the window. Moon and star, this image, no.
Right.
This out. The Kaaba, they have a Kaaba. The Jewish people, they have the Kabbalah with this square thing. Out.
Yes, that's not.
No crosses, no ankhs, no pieces, nothing.
Right.
Out. No candelabras, nothing.
It's not related to Bani Israel.
No. Nothing that is in the heavens above, or in the earth below, or in the waters underneath. None of the flags, none of the symbols. There's no hand signs. There's nothing. So nothing that is with the Africans in Africa. Nothing. Nothing, and no religion nowhere. Nothing in America, nothing in India, in China, in the Philippines, nothing in Australia. There's nothing nowhere.
Right. Mm-mm-mm.
Thou shalt not worship them or do services before them. So you're not supposed to be a part of any of these services. You're not supposed to be in these nations under these nations' laws. You're supposed to be in the one place in the world where you can live this law as the governing law
Mm-hmm.
and its governing body, which you create for yourself
Mm-hmm.
as the law dictates. Not how you feel.
Right.
So if you're doing service before them, if you're paying taxes to a foreign government because you live there, the Most High is coming for you.
Mm-hmm.
So that means all of you, because none of you are here. None of you have bought your own land here to be governed here under the law and live it here. Right?
And and some smart behind that's watching will say, well, you're over there with them who practice Islam. So what are you talking about?
I'm supposed to be in my father's land, and they supposed to be worshiping how they worship. That's
Right.
what was given to
To
them.
them.
We're not discussing about them.
Mm-hmm.
We're discussing what you're supposed to be doing here today. And this is the proof that you're not doing it because you out scattered among them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Well, I know somebody in Jordan. They still have not done that which is lawful and right. And the longer they've been here, the more wrong they are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
See? It's a simple point.
Mm-hmm.
Doing right is not about just hurrying up and getting somewhere. It's about understanding. Once you understand that you have to continue in a process, a series of steps, then you understand that the law won't be fulfilled for a long time. We have a lot to repair. We have a lot of foundation to lay. We have to lay the foundation of understanding as well as the foundations to the cities, the towns,
Mm-hmm.
to the farms and the fields. And finally, after we have goodly houses and places to live and everybody gets back, then to the temple.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be back after this. All right. Thou shalt not worship them. So you don't worship the idols. No fish. The Pope wears a fish hat. All of Christianity has a symbol of the fish.
Mm-hmm.
So you are fish worshipers.
Mm-hmm.
Now all the fish dying in America because of a chemical spill in Ohio. It's called Chernobyl out here, the American Chernobyl in East Palestine, Ohio, of all places.
Whoa.
You know, East Palestine is on the Jordan River. Man, I ain't got nothing to say. Y'all figure it out. Y'all gonna take y'all time.
Mm-hmm.
Or do service before them. So you ain't supposed to be working for their government. You ain't supposed to be working in their militaries, but you are. And then you're gonna give whatever excuse for you to do what you're doing. I don't care. You just wrong. And continue because you don't want to stop now. Now that you know. Okay? You don't want to give to buying the land and making your own, creating your own towns, cities, countries under your own rulership. You want to do it the hard way. Well, here's what's coming. For I am Yah, your Allah, a jealous and avenging God, taking vengeance in jealousy, remembering the sins of wicked fathers upon rebellious children to the third generation and to the fourth generation of them that hate me. When the children's complete to sin after their fathers. So, the reason why you can't get out of this situation is because you are continuing in the same sin that got you and your fathers and your family kicked out the land, ran all the way across Africa, all the way into America. That is the fact. That's the fact. Okay? So now that you have gotten all the way there, just understand you were there, you will remain there until you hear this law, until you obey my instructions, and we do what is said and needed to be done. If you don't, I promise you, you will find your way dead. That's it. That's all that's coming. This war that's getting ready to happen is coming to punish the sons of Israel. The plague that's coming is coming for the sons of Israel and all those with them. Yes, it's going to kill the oppressor, but it's coming to get rid of the rebellious children of Israel. So we're getting ready to have a test to see who's truthful, who's right. Okay? Gidon versus the 450 million prophets of Baal. Right?
Yes, sir.
450 million prophets of Baal. So we getting ready to have it out. Okay? I gave you all your time. I sat on the sideline. I'm setting up now. So now we're getting ready to see who's telling the truth and who's lying. Because one of us is going to die. It's not going to be me because I'm doing this. You do what you want to. You explain it how you want.
Right.
And this is only for those who follow in their father's footsteps. So if if Abraham didn't have the New Testament and Moses didn't have the New Testament, because everything from Genesis to Malachi is based on that.
Right.
Abraham and Moses. It stops. So if you're going beyond that,
that's right.
You are testing a lie.
Yes.
Now we're going to see what the outcome of the lie is in the statutes. But keeping mercy and bounty. Mercy and bounty. I like mercy because it's because of mercy I am here today.
Yes, sir.
And bounty. So all that wealth that you see promised, that only comes if you get the mercy.
Yes.
It ain't coming to you. You with them wicked fathers, I promise it's got to get ripped right out your hands. It's going to come with the mercy. Mercy and bounty for 1,000 generations. Now, I want to see this 1,000 generations of the righteous who love me and keep my mandates and my laws.
Yes, sir.
I'm not even interpreting that. It's literally written like that here.
Yes, it is.
Okay? So I told you statutes are outcomes of laws. So you know that the ordinances are mandates. This is how you do it. This is what you do. This is my law. This is how you execute it. There is a culture to encapsulate this. You have to learn it.
And you know, Robert, as I'm sitting here, it's like the reason that we can fulfill and do all that's instructed here It's because we are among those who serves the same Allah. They have their law, we have ours, and there's a freedom to walk in our culture without being persecuted for who we serve, because we're all serving the same God. But they have their instructions and we have ours, but we are free to follow in our instructions, because being here and now really walking in them, there's not a conflict. It's it's so smooth and easy
Well, it's not gonna
to,
always be smooth and easy.
yeah,
I'm gonna tell you, there's challenges,
right.
there's a lot of hardships, there's obstacles to overcome, but following the steps, you're guaranteed to overcome
Come
it.
in,
I
yeah.
mean, I don't even want you to know that it can be smoother than anticipated. I want you to think of it as a hard and difficult thing so you come ready for the battle. You come ready for the fight. Once you find out that it is peaceful and that it is restful and that it is smooth and that the Most High is considering all of your needs and all of your issues and the instructions actually address them,
Yes.
I want you to find that on the path.
Yeah.
So I'm not promising you a smooth trip, because you know what? People who come here and think it's smooth, they get here and they want to lay down and don't do the work.
No.
So I don't even want to tell you that. I'm not telling you that. As a matter of fact, it's hard. Don't come. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Continue to bow down to whatever idea you have. Continue to believe however you want, whatever sounds good and feels good to you. Continue in that way. And continue to sit over there in captivity. Once you start seeing your folks die, you will understand the memory has been right and it was just in getting rid of them and some of you too. You too. And when you move from one country to the next country, from one continent to the next continent, and the plagues follow you, I'm gonna sit there. Hey, what do you want? What did you? I'm gonna ask you when you call me. And you tell me the story of everything that happened and this, that, and you're so grateful to the Most High that we here and we doing what the Most High said because now you can see the truth. I'll be like, what'd you expect? And how am I supposed to expect you to follow the law?
Mm.
You've been a rebel so far.
Mm.
You're free to come, but don't expect me to look at you like you righteous because you got here.
Mm-mm.
You're going to be counted among the righteous like everyone else after the work is finished,
Mm-hmm.
not a moment before.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Because you have to put in
The work.
the work and pay a price.
Yeah.
A huge price. Yeah.
Sons of Israel, my people, not one of you shall swear by the name of the word of Yah, your Allah, in vain. So, understand this carefully. Nobody is to do it. And I know it places it in the context of vanity. Okay? You don't place your hand on top of the law and swear anything.
Mm.
Don't do it. Have some fear before Yah. Even if you think you absolutely 100% right, don't do it. Lest there be some sin and it come out later and it pursue you to destroy you. You hear me? I'm telling you now. It says don't do it in vanity. I'm saying just don't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Will there be times where it is done? Yes, we have a law governing it. Unless you in that specific situation, don't do it. Don't ask me what if. There's no hypotheticals. When that situation comes, the instruction tells us what to do because we go through every situation with the book. We consult. We stop and check the book. It's an open book test. Why are you not looking for the answers to the questions in the book? Because you don't know how. You haven't yet learned to reason. You are just hearing the commandments and the judgments being explained and taught to you. You are just learning.
Mm-hmm.
In the day of the great judgment, for Yah, in the day of the great judgment, will not acquit anyone who shall swear by his name in vanity.
Mm-hmm.
It's right here. Okay? It's sitting up here. This is it. If you don't think so, don't even worry about it. On the day that you die, for taking it in vanity, for using it in vanity, for not understanding that it's very strict, giving it the honor and respect unto its service, when you die on that day, then you know this one was the one.
Mm.
Because there's no acquitting of it now that it has been revealed to you openly and publicly throughout your scatterings in the known world. Oh, I never seen that before. I never heard that before. The other brothers say Yahuwah and Yehovah and Yahweh, Yahweh, Yah. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
this is it. I don't care what they talking about. And I'm going to tell you why. Because when they get to dying with you, because they out there with you, they not with me. They with you. So when they dying with you, and y'all dying together, and they come over to try to comfort you, yo, it's the will of the Most High. I want you to know it was because of your will, because you were told today to obey the instructions. Not because of the will of the Most High. You willed it. You reasoned yourself right into your own grave. It's the dumbest thing you could possibly do. You didn't even care for your own soul.
Mm-hmm.
So now you know. Continuing on. Sons of Israel, my people, observe the day of the Sabbath to sanctify it according to all that Yah your Allah has commanded. I need y'all to understand this because y'all read right past it. You cannot observe the Sabbath in any other country. You must come back to the land of your forefathers by a large, sizable swath and portion. Create your dwelling places upon it to be able to learn to observe it in all. You have to have the sheep, you have to have the lamb, you have to have grown your own wheat and corn and your own sustenance.
Yep, your oil and make your own wine and grow your own grapes, everything.
And everybody, I'm like, this is why you cannot sit around and buy, 2 and 3 acres,
No, you can't.
right? You have to think. You have to know. I have to have hundreds of acres because I have to feed hundreds of people,
Mm-hmm.
right? There has to be more than enough for us for the year. and to sell and to become profitable. So we have to get more.
Right.
That's why I'm telling you what I'm telling you. I'm not telling you this because, I want to get rich, because there's no profit in it for me. You've seen all the work, right?
Yes, sir.
You've seen what it costs, right?
Yes, sir.
Is there any profit for me?
None.
There's none. I'm not making a nickel off of this. I'm doing this because
No.
I'm commanded, and it's the only way to get out of this situation. Because I hate this situation. I have a God. I'm not an orphan. I have a God. I have a perfect instruction. Why I'm not following it?
And I can't say this by it being observant and watching. The only profit I see for you is your more and more of your purification and the results of your purification more and more as you follow
The instruction.
instructions that have been
Right.
given to you.
It takes time. It takes time, right? So let's listen to the law of the Shabbat, because it's coming up right now.
Yes, sir.
Okay? So that you can understand. 6 days you shall labor and do all your work. But on the seventh day shall be for rest and quiet before Yah, your Allah. So first of all, it's on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then rest on the seventh day. Okay? And you have to shut down all your businesses, all the stores. Nobody is going to work. Now, if you own the land, you know what you're not worried about? Rent.
Right. Yes.
If you have farms and stores and businesses, you're not worried about food. It doesn't matter. We close today. This is how we running things. We
Yes.
own everything, so we are not in lack. There is no insufficiency. You shall do no work, neither you, nor your sons, nor your daughters, nor your workers, your servants, nor your handmaids, nor your oxen, your asses, nor any of your cattle, nor your sojourners, so the people who coming out to be with you, who are among you, that your servants and handmaids may have repose as well as you. So everything is closed. Nobody is working. If you own your own land and you have your own neighborhood is closed. And you're supposed to have all of this stuff. You're supposed to have oxen, donkeys, cows, sheep, goats, lambs, and rams, so that they can rest with you. So no farms, no Shabbat. Because you have to bring the sacrifice anyway.
Right.
But you don't even have the land to support the sheep to talk about a sacrifice. Ain't no classes on the Shabbat. Did you see a class here?
No, sir.
There's no classes. You laying down and eating. So when you come into the sanctuary, which is what we're building, this is what we're buying the land for. This is the sanctuary. When you come into the sanctuary on the seventh day, it's going to be nothing. People barely coming outside. If they do, they're not going far. They can only walk to come to the house of prayer. And you're coming to literally pray. And that's it. It'll be closed. No class. We have classes 6 days out the week. You don't be in class 6 days a week. You may come to class 2 to 3 days out the week. So it'll be a rotation. There'll be a repetition. It'll be the same class this week for 2 days and then repeat it 2 days and repeat it again. 2 days, so that there's a rotation.
Quick question. When we have these things, our livestock and everything on the Sabbath day, um, do we feed them? Do we still feed them that morning,
You
in the afternoon?
place
Or you
their
place?
food
Okay.
that night,
Okay.
right?
Yes.
And they have water feeders to feed them, because you're not going out there the next day. Now, I had sheep, okay? I had sheep. So that night, late in the night, it was a preparation for the food. It was already there, right? They got hay. It's just sitting in there, and they just can graze
Okay.
over the night, and you leave them in the evening when the sun dips behind the hill, right? Meaning you can't see it. This is called between the suns. The sun is not fully set, and it's not fully dark,
Yes, sir.
but it has set behind the mountain.
Okay.
When you can't see it, you in the shadow of the mountain, you have that time to then go and feed the animals. Again, they only eat in morning and at night.
Okay. All right.
Okay? So there's a Shabbat. You leaving them a little extra, right? And you putting in hay for them to graze on during the day. So those of you who don't have livestock and you don't know and you don't understand, no problem. Don't worry about it. When you get here, you'll learn. It'll be hands-on. Because this is the problem.
Yes, sir.
You don't know because you
Right.
don't have it.
Right.
You have to have a sheep pen. You have to have a cow pen. You have to have the pen for the goats. You have to have a pen. No
Right.
pen, no animals, no animals, no food.
Right.
No food, no Shabbat. Because the whole Shabbat is about bringing food.
Yes.
Even if you come into prayer to eat with the priest is cooking the meat fresh. You're still supposed to bring the sides.
Right. Yes. Yes.
Right? And the priest eat with you. We together. So if you don't learn how to function in the sanctuary where we all together as one community, then you're never going to function as a nation, because you have to grow into that. This is a seed. It will grow into a tree. We can keep the Shabbat in captivity. No, you can't, because it's not on Saturday. That is an image. It's Saturn's day. That is an idol. What? Yeah, there's no days of the week. Is there any days of the week?
No, it's not.
There's no moon day. There's no sun day. We have no days of the week. That is idol worship. So how y'all running y'all calendar? You need to come on and find out. Because we on one, right?
Yes, we are.
And every time the calendar say there's a prophecy due today,
Hey, it happened.
you see it, right?
Yes, sir.
Oh, all right.
Yes,
Everybody
sir.
think they like to think I'm crazy, like I be making it up. But I be saying here, listen, you sit here because you not crazy, right?
No, I'm not.
Right? You not crazy. So you
No.
look at this and tell me what you see.
Yes. Yes. You know, as well as the rising of the sun and the moon, as it's spoken in Enoch, it
happens on
on this side, not on that side. It's
You can-
totally
Yeah, because
different.
they spray the hell out the skies.
Yeah,
So you can't see nothing. But over here,
you see it.
we see it. It comes, it goes. We know when the new moon festival coming in. Because once you start keeping the Shabbats, you have to keep the perpetuals.
Rules. Right.
You have to keep the perpetuals before the Shabbat.
Right.
Right? So according to the law, because we read this, so if you've
Yes.
been in our classes and you've gone over our previous classes, which you should have, then you would have known. The first thing you have to do is observe the first of the month. There is a whole separate sacrifice initiating the first of the month, right? Once you get the first of the month right, then you keep the perpetuals morning and evening, right? Continuously from the first day, plus its additional sacrifices for the first of the month, then continuing for the rest of the days, right? For
Yes.
the rest of the 5 days, right?
Yes.
Morning and evening, till you get to the Shabbat.
Shabbat. Right.
Then you have to keep the perpetuals
Plus
the Shabbat.
Yeah. Yes.
You see? Then you do this for 28 days. Then the new moon feast comes in. You have to keep the perpetual and the new moon festival. And if there's any other feast day in that month, you are to observe it.
You know, we have become so conditioned of being so focused on honoring the Sabbath that we really have totally forgot about the other days, because there's things you're to do each of those other days.
The conditioning is, the question is, you are looking for the example. Where is the example? What is the model? Where is it? Right? Is it the Jewish people? No, they worship in Molech still. Nobody has given up their idol. The Ashkenazi and the Sephardi worship Molech. Okay? So everybody's still worshiping idols, all of them, everywhere. Not one of you has come to serve this law because you haven't heard it. I'm reading, this was published in 2016. The manuscript, however, is undated. It's undated. It is before them and when they existed. It has just been copied and passed down. So I give you the scroll. It's on my website. Nobody wanted to buy it.
But you know, they're quick to embrace the Dead Sea scrolls.
They embrace anything that they see that the white people are going after, because what they're trying to do is say, let them find it. And what we'll do is we'll swoop in and pick it up, and then we'll know. That's not what's prophesied to happen, man. You're not going to do that. That's dumb. Here's the real instruction. I'm reading it to you.
Yeah.
This is how we're going to do it. This is the way to do it. Everything is here.
Right.
Yes, they did give it to the Jewish people. The Jewish people rejected it and said, hey, man, we can't copy and do this. Heck, if we even do this and they copy us, then their God will follow them.
Right.
Let us just keep our worship and we'll just change the name of it. We'll mingle this in. It's like they do with the Christians. It's the same thing.
Same exact.
Purim in Israel is Halloween. It's the same holiday. It's just done in the springtime. So they don't care when they get their holiday in, as long as they have it.
Right. Wow.
And you're supposed to do this and rest. Repose is like lay down. Stay in the bed. You know what I'm saying? Lay on the couch. Okay? This is the law of it. This is the basics. Okay. There's more depth to it, but just if you get this, you get started. Just lay down.
Okay.
Just relax. Have some tea, have some food. How we heat up the food? Use the microwave. We got microwaves now. Oh, microwaves is not healthy. Use the toaster oven. We got toaster ovens now. These are electrical. You can warm up your food. We got electric warming plates. You can warm it up. It said don't kindle a fire. It didn't say don't warm the food. And if you were outside, and if we are outside, and we don't have all this electricity, then we make a fire that night and let it continue to burn. You make sure you have more than enough wood to keep the fire burning so you could just heat your food up on the fire. That's how they did it. You don't know. You think they out there eating cold salad today. How they cook it? How they cooking the meat without fire? Well, the priest got fire, they can kindle it. The priest don't kindle fire. The holy fire is lit once
And it stays lit.
and stays lit.
Mm-hmm.
We can't even make holy fire. That's why you see it's not even mentioned here in Deuteronomy. Because to make the holy fire, you have to have built the tabernacle or have gotten it back. So we don't have that, but we could just lay down and rest.
Yes.
And remember that you were servants in the land of the West. That's what you saw. Hey, remember how it was here?
Yeah.
Now that we doing this, we got to make sure we keep going. Encourage yourself. This is what we do here. This is what I've been doing out here for 7 years. Encouraging myself to say, I have to get this done because this is what it was done in the West. And this is what happened. This is how they bonded us. And this is how they kept us from rising. And this is, encourage yourself.
Yes.
And that Yah, your Allah, delivered you and led you out with a strong hand and an uplifted arm. Therefore, Yah, thy Allah, have commanded you to keep the Sabbath day. So the Sabbath day is the covenant of you coming out. So you can't have it while you in there. You can't have it while you in there. You have to work yourself out. See, did you see that part right here?
I sure did, sir.
You see?
Yes, sir.
The Sabbath day is commanded because he led you out. So I'm leading you out by the hand. I'm extending my hand saying, listen, join with me, buy this land. We have the law. We have the custom. We have the traditions. We're going to start this and we're going to implement it step by step. We don't start off with the priesthood. You don't start there. The full priesthood and the tabernacle. No. We start off and we establish the people and the system of rest. We start off by multiplying our sheep and our flocks and our cattle and our food. How you gonna know? How do you expect somebody to hand you over something you don't know how to take care of it?
Because they don't think about that.
So just think about this, right? Every one of you has been to the zoo. Imagine I take everybody out the zoo and you have to maintain just you, and you have to maintain the whole zoo. Right? You have to figure out what every animal's supposed to eat. No training, no class, no study, no nothing. They just hand you a zoo. All the animals is hungry, they angry, you stressed out, you don't know which one eats.
Oh, goodness.
You're giving goldfish food to crocodiles. No, this is what y'all want. I'm breaking the delusion because I'm telling you from understanding. Why do you understand? I did the 7 years to come out to be able to articulate and to guide and to lead in full understanding in the way so that we would be successful. Sons of Israel, my people, be everyone mindful of the honor of his father and his mother as Yah, your Allah, has commanded you, that your days may be prolonged and it may be well with you in the land which Yah, your Allah, giveth you. This is connected to being in the land. So fathers and mothers, you're not putting your sons and daughters out. People are marrying in. You're not putting sons and daughters out. People are marrying in. To understand, you are to honor the forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Ishmael, and all the other righteous ones before you, and follow all their instructions. This is the honor we are here to perform. The honor of the Old Testament to you. We're going to fulfill it. It is not fulfilled. We're going to fulfill it. We're going to throw away everything that is not OT. Because I'm Old Testament. The law is Old Testament. Here you come up with some new stuff, like y'all come up with new dances every summer, and new songs, and new music. You make a New Testament. No. We going OT.
So when it says, be everyone mindful of the honor of his father and his mother, is that honor the customs of our fathers and mothers, the traditions of our
Yes,
fathers and
you're going
mothers?
to honor how Sarah was, how Rebecca, Leah, Milha, Zilpah, Bilhah, all of them. Seporta, you're gonna, all of them, the Abigails, the Adonias, you're gonna honor all of them. You're gonna honor Ruth and Naomi. We're gonna honor all of them.
And so honoring them, being mindful is doing. It's an act.
It's
doing what they did.
It's two things, because there's
Yes,
being mindful is you're always thinking about it
Okay.
to perform the righteousness that they perform.
Thank you.
You're always thinking about it to perform the righteousness that they perform. Sarah was righteous to give Abraham a virgin wife. She was right. She was righteous. She was right to give Abraham concubines. She was right. Rachel was right to give her dress and her jewelry and everything to her older sister Leah for her older sister to be married. First, she was right. She was right.
Naomi instructing Ruth how to pursue
a man, her Boaz, and pick him and ask him to marry her.
Because Boaz didn't pursue
Ruth. Boaz didn't find Ruth.
Right.
Naomi led Ruth to Boaz,
Yes,
then told Ruth to pursue him.
Yes.
And there's a lawful procedure to go about it.
Right.
So in honoring, being mindful, I'm here. I have to honor everybody from Adam,
yes,
all the way down to Zerubbabel and Ezra. I have to honor all of the decrees, all of the instructions, and place all of it in order at its time and location. So this is what I'm doing. This is not my plan. I'm just telling you because I have to honor them. Now, if you're not coming to honor them or be mindful of it, your days won't be long here. I'm telling you that. I'm gonna tell you exactly. We live in Abraham's customs and traditions around here. I'm telling you, Sarah's too. If you have a problem with it, don't come. Your days won't be long. Sons of Israel, my people, you shall not murder, nor be companions or participators with those who do murder, nor shall there be seen in the congregation of Israel those who have part with murderers, that your children may not arise after you and teach their own to have part with murderers. For the guilt of murder, the sword cometh forth upon the world. So here we are now. We are at the repetition
Yes, we are.
of the exact same law we got at Horeb. The same
Yeah,
thing.
same one.
This time is explained with further and deeper understanding.
Mm-hmm.
So the same thing I'm going through. I started just reading the law for 7 years and learning it and trying to walk it out, learning the customs and traditions. Now in my 8th year, I'm explaining it after having completed it with fuller and deeper understanding. That's what cleansing and purification. And when you finish purification, you repeat the process again. You want to remain in that purified state, constantly refining until jubilees pass by, because it extends one's life.
Mm-hmm.
This extends one's life, not nothing else. I don't care about the vegetables, because you're a murderer and there's all those murders. The sword war is coming because of murderers. Sons of Israel, my people, you shall not be adulterers. Let me explain what adultery is. The woman is with a man. They had sex. She had something to eat. I don't care if it was a buttered piece of toast. Okay? He got a pair of socks, some slippers. Those are the 3 things a man does to covenant a woman. And it's not literally slippers. It can be any article of clothing. Food, clothes, and sex. This is a covenant. This covenants the woman to the man.
Mm-mm.
I don't care how you feel. If you do these 3 things, you have covenanted this woman to you. You have enticed her. You have seduced her. You must endow this woman to be your wife.
That's why there's no dating, because the concept of dating, you take out to dinner.
You don't have boyfriends.
You're covenanting.
You don't have boyfriends and girlfriends in relationships.
Right.
You're married.
Right.
The only relationship is marriage. Here. That's it. I'm telling you what the law is here. So if the woman who is in a relationship separated from the person she's in a relationship with, that woman is still married unless she has a proper bill of divorcement. I'm not saying that from the government standpoint. There is a lawful standpoint for a bill of divorcement. And she can't have 7 of them.
Yes, sir.
Am I telling a lie?
No, you're not.
Okay? That means we have to wait till we get some confirmations of deaths.
That's right.
Because then the sister is a widow and she can pick whoever she like.
Right.
So if this woman was with a man more than one, you going after her, you're an adulterer. You can't go after her. If she's married, if she's in a relationship, that's adultery. The woman is in a relationship. Nor have companions of, or have part with adulterers. Neither shall there be seen in the congregation of Israel those who have part with adulterers. So there'll be no adulterers in this congregation. We'll kill the man and the woman, or we'll drive them both out. You got to go. We'll give the husband a virgin daughter. He can marry her and start fresh. The adulteress is out. I don't care how you feel. That's why there's no dating. Don't even approach unto the woman while you're here. The woman has to approach you with 6 other sisters at one time. And that is the end. There will be 7 women that have to decide to choose that man to be their husband. And that man will have to raise up his portion and 7 other portions to those women. So you're not to have in the congregation of Israel those who have part with adulterers, that your children may not arise after you and teach theirs also to be part with adulterers. For through the guilt of adulteries, the plague cometh forth upon the world. So because you've done this, the whole world will see the plague. And they got a new one lined up. Oh, it's great. This one gonna make COVID look like a joke, because you're gonna see people like dying like in the movies. They done fished up something and said they got a vaccine for it already. They're gonna unleash it on you, thinking that they can escape themselves. This foolishness is crazy, but y'all about to get it. Sons of Israel, my people, you shall not be thieves, nor be companions, nor have fellowship with thieves. Listen, it's not going to happen. You're not going to be here. We putting thieves out. You a thief, you got to go. I don't care what you steal, because we can't have companions with thieves. We are building a nation from a very small community. We must have perfect peace in order to grow. We'll be back right after this. So there's no thieves. So you cannot be companions with, they can't be around. Don't bring your stolen goods back and try to sell them. We can't buy them. You out. Nor shall there be seen in the congregation those who have part with thieves. For because the guilt of robberies, famine cometh forth upon the whole world. So because you've done this with your usury and with every other means, trying to profit off of your brothers and your sisters instead of building together, because there's a difference. Now, famine has come upon the world. So now you see they robbing you. That's why eggs is $10. And they're not coming down. You just got a pay raise last year to make the minimum wage $15 an hour. Now you got to work a whole hour to pay for a dozen of eggs. You might as well raise chickens. Sons of Israel, my people, you shall not bear false witness, nor be companions, or have fellowship with the bearers of false testimony. Don't say what you heard. Don't backbite. Don't politic against. As a matter of fact, don't express to somebody else how you feel about somebody else. However you feel, find the time and make the space to discuss it directly with that person. And if there can be no peace and you need to get a judge, you and that person will come before a judge to mediate. And whatever the decision is after that is the end of it. Those who can't follow this procedure, you out. Neither shall there be seen in the congregation of Israel those who have part with false witnesses. For because the guilt of the false witness, the clouds arise, but the rain does not come down. and dearth comes upon the earth. So not only do you not get rain, but the earth dies. You're going to see it with your own eyes. It's for the guilt of lying. Lying? Yeah, false witness lying. I'm not talking about, you just don't want to divulge something because it's personal. You actually could say that, I'm not going to talk about that. That's personal. You can say that. You don't even have to lie about it. But y'all know this politicking and this side betting and all. Nah, you don't do that. I don't do that. No politics. All the politicians is getting ready to die with this dearth, right? Because no rain, no food. There's famine. So the ones that like to lie and bear false testimony and talk about people, instead of talking to the person to deal with the issues, out. Sons of Israel, you shall not be covetous. Listen, if you don't know what covetous is, it's wanting what belongs to someone else. You better not say, man, so-and-so wife fine. Don't want what someone else has. But I want a nice house. I saw this house. No problem. You want to build a nice house. You don't want that one.
Right.
See? So now when you say we have to buy the land and we have to build from the ground up, I'm not going into what somebody else has built to just buy that.
Right.
Okay? At least not necessarily like you have to be that way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Because you'll see if you purchase things in that manner, in that way, it limits your growth.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have built according to the instructions, you can build the house big enough for you and your 8 wives, your 9 wives, or whatever you're going to have.
Mm-hmm.
And just because a brother got 8, that don't mean I got to have 8.
Mm-hmm.
I can be good with my 2. If the 7 don't pick me, they don't pick me.
Right.
That's fine. I don't need to be picked.
Mm-hmm.
I got other things to do. What the Most High has for me, I'm good with. I'm good with my land. I'm good with my workers. I'm good with building the business. I'm good with building the economy. I'm good with the building. It's better my name be great than I have all of this stuff that I got because he got it. Now I don't even really want it. That's the problem. You get all of these things that you think you want only to find out I don't want it.
Mm.
You see that?
Yes, sir.
All right. You should not be covetous, nor be companions or have fellowship with the covetous. You're covetous, you're out. Neither shall there be seen in the congregation of Israel any who have part with the covetous, that your children may not arise after you and teach their own to be covetous. You're covetous, you're out. Because I can't have companion or fellowship with you. You didn't read it like that when you read it in the beginning. I know. I wanted you to see what it looked like. You have an issue with the organization? That's covetousness. You just want somebody's position. You out. The number 1 to number 1. The number 4 to number 4. The number 50 is 50.
Mm-hmm.
But how come he came in and he came in number 75 and he get the slot of the number 3? Because he earned it. He fulfilled what was necessary to get that. There's a requirement for the slot. So if you come in and you just Mr. I got sheep, that's it. You picked it. You have a choice. You can study, be diligent and in your work, because you got to be diligent in both, and earn the merits to achieve the thing. If the Most High prohibits you, it's because it's not for you. You are not of that bloodline. You are of another. What are you talking about? What do you mean? If I'm not of the bloodline, that I can't achieve a certain thing? Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. You see, what you don't read about, and we'll go over this when we get to Genesis, but I'll give you a brief glimpse, is when Esau got up to get the sacrificial meat to bring to his father, right? His father wanted him to go out and take a fresh deer. If you don't know about the land here, they all congregate in the same spot. He could have brought back deer, goat. We have ibex. They be on the same mountain. Just go right there. They right there. They be there.
Yes.
So when he went there and they wasn't there and he couldn't find them, they not in their normal spaces, he was confused.
Yes, he was.
So he couldn't receive the blessing or achieve the thing to gain the blessing, because the Most High cut him off. He made him unable to achieve the goal. It's not for his bloodline.
Right.
You can achieve the things appointed to yours, though. I promise. You go out, you reach your hand, and you say, every time I go try to do something to Judah, man, it'll never work out right. Well, why don't you try something for somebody else? Yeah, man, there's this thing I did, man. It says it's for Naphtali, man. I did it.
But that means you're
You Naphtali, brother. Congratulations, you made it to the party. Here's your tribe, here's your area. Get over here and get ready to do what you need to do for Naphtali, because you're not going to be Judah. You're never going to be able to do the Judah thing. You ain't got the Judah vibe.
Right.
You don't have the Judah blessing. You don't have the Judah help. Only Judah got help being Judah. Neither shall you arise your children after to be covetous, nor let any one of you desire his neighbor's woman, wife, nor his field. So if your neighbor's growing pumpkins, you don't grow pumpkins. You're going to grow something else. Nor his field, nor his servant. Oh, well, the neighbor, he got so-and-so and he mad good. Yeah, I want to hire him and bring him over here. No. You just get someone else. Nor his handmaid. Yo, he got that one. Yo, she fine. I want her to work for me. No. But because of the guilt of covetousness, the government, the Malkuta, the government. You see, first of all, you see this word? Government, Malkuta is kingdom. So I'm teaching you how to be a kingdom.
Yes,
and the kingdom is the government. So if you're not in the Malkuta, HaYerushalayim, then you are not Bani Israel, because you are an American, a European, an African. You under that government. The Hashamit Malkuta of Yerushalayim is here in Amman right now to buy you land and do what you're supposed to do. Get your mind straight. The The government seizes upon men's property to take it away, and bondage comes upon the world. So this is how the whole world comes into captivity. Because everybody covered in everybody else's land, everybody else's property, everybody's on everybody else's square, everybody got everybody else's everything. Right? So go ahead. I'm not trying to do what everybody else is doing. I'm growing my own food, get my own community, and do what the Most High said for me to do, which is what I'm telling you to do as a kingdom, a malkuta. But you want to be out there, yo, I heard they got a good deal going on in Ghana right now. I heard they got a good... These words spake Yah with all your congregations at the mount. Which mount? Horeb. So now you can see context, right? The Most High is holding context. From the midst of the fiery cloud and tempest with a great voice, which was not limited, and the voice of the word, the Dibura, was written upon the tables of marble, and he gave them unto me. They're the stone from the mountain. And when you had heard the voice of the word, the Dibura, from the midst of the darkness, the mountain burning with fire, the chiefs of your tribe and your sages were called up to me. So guess who's coming? I bet you'll never guess. What does it say right there? Who's coming?
The chiefs and the sages.
Chiefs and sages. The Sapharim are coming. That's why I say don't come. You regular. You regular by your own action. You are regular by your own understanding. If the Most High doesn't open your mind and fill your heart with the spirit of prophecy to obey this law, he don't want you. At least maybe not now. Maybe you got to go through some things. And you got to see some people die. And you got to see some terrible things before you can, open your mind up and maybe switch it up. But just remember, chiefs come first.
Mm-hmm. And that spirit of prophecy is obedience.
It's the obedience to the law.
It's the obedience.
It's not a prophet. Like you can see something in the future. You have to honor father and mother. There's no more messengers.
No mystical word.
No mystical nothing. We have a book. We got so much of this book stuff to do. It's unbelievable. And you trying to tell me what to do, Most High? Here, take yourself to the land and listen to the man I put there with the instructions and the understanding, with the customs and the traditions. He is already supported by the rest of the brethren of the covenant of Abraham. Follow him. He's called Rabbi Sheikh.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep.
And said, behold, the word of Yah, our Allah, hath showed us his glorious Shekinah and the greatness of his excellency, Tushbakateh, his magnificence, and the voice of his word have we heard out the midst of the fire. This day we seen that Yah speaketh with a man who is the Holy Spirit, and he remaineth alive. So, the sages that was with Moses saw the Shekinah.
Yes.
The Most High was talking
To Moses.
to Moses.
Wasn't talking to... I won't go there.
And the sages
Heard it.
that was with Moses seen the witness of the Shekinah.
They just observed the conversation.
You observing the conversation. Now, I don't have to say nothing because those who were with me have seen.
And that appearance of the Shekinah was for
Moses.
you,
It came to Moses to reveal himself. Moses asked, show me something. And he said, call them up and I'll show you. And they saw the Shekinah because they were with Moses. But Moses had walked with the Most High the entire time. They had just come out of Egypt. They were just coming into the covenant. Meanwhile, Moses spoke with the Most High at the burning bush 7 years prior.
Right. So just because you was there to witness it doesn't mean it was for you.
But the Most High is showing you the same pattern of the same pattern of confirmation. If you wasn't there, that you wasn't going to see. That's how it is. If you don't come out to the land, you're not going to see it.
Right.
You'll never see the goodness. Stay where you are. Tell me how great Egypt is while they kill you and kill your people. And while you keep having to turn a blind eye and explain why your people deserve to die. And you too. So you know your day coming as well. So don't complain about the infectious diseases that they spread on their own countries. Fool, you sat over there. Question. But now, why should we die? For this great fire will devour us if we again hear the voice of the word of Yah, our Allah. We shall die. For who of the offspring of flesh have heard the voice of the word of the living God speaking from the mid of the fire as we did and have lived? Moses. Moses did it twice.
Sure did.
He did it when it was Zagnuel delivering the angel, delivering the word from the fire at the burning bush. I know you don't know about this angel. Don't worry about it. Everybody don't know.
Right.
It was Zagnuel. And after Zagnuel, he saw the fire, he heard the word, he went and went down and brought you out of Egypt, came back. And in the 8th year, the first, after 7 years, he came out, and in the 8th year, he did the same thing and brought you out into the covenant. The first year was so rough. Ooh, it was hard because he had to get everything together. They had to build the tabernacle, consecrate the priests, and everybody was stabbing him in the back, coveting the neighbor's stuff, and at the idol of the golden calf, they having an orgy, and they out there sleeping with each other's wives. And that's putting it nicely because in truth, they just committing fornication with whoever was willing.
Right. And Satan dancing in the midst.
So they told Moses, go thou nigh and hear all the word that Yah shall say, and speak thou with us all that Yah our Allah will say to you, and we will listen to you and will do. So because of what you prayed, right? If you in captivity, all of you Israelites in captivity, all of you were at Horeb, according to the word. And I believe it. Just I want you to understand. That's where my faith is. That's how great it is. We are reincarnated. I don't care what you have to say about it.
Right.
You were at Mount Sinai. You are the same ones who died in the wilderness. And according to all of that, you pray that the Most High don't talk to us, that he only talked to one. What? Talk to Moses, and that related to the same prophecy, I will raise up one like unto Moses, But the second one will come from the house of David.
Mm-hmm.
And the voice of your words was heard before Yah when you spake with me, Moses talking. And Yah said to me, all the words of this people which they have spoken with you are heard before me, and all that they have said is good.
Word is bond.
Your word has now been bonded. It won't be another way. So now you have one versus the 450 million prophets of Baal. Every ancient and honorable one and the false prophet who teaches lies. Right? So if you're teaching a lie, you're a false prophet. They go hand in hand. And the one who comes to learn and doesn't learn is the same as the false prophet. Oh, that the disposition of their heart was perfect, as willingness is to fear me and to keep all my commandments all the days, that it may be well with them and with their children forever. So now we have to go through this.
Yes, we do.
You have to go through the disposition of your heart for it to become perfect in willingness to fear the Most High, to keep all the commandments every day, so that it will be well with us and with our children forever. That means you're going to go through a culture shock. You're not going to like the processes or the decisions. They're going to be unfamiliar. And they should be, because nobody has been doing it.
Right.
Nobody. If you're not doing it, nobody's doing it. The proof of the Israelite is that they're doing it. The Jewish people not doing it, and you not doing it. Nobody's doing it. The Christians not doing it, the Muslims not doing it. Nobody's doing it. Nobody nowhere. Nobody in Africa is doing it. Oh, but we have some traditional and some. They said all.
Oh,
So anybody saying some is a teacher of lies.
that's right. You gotta do it all.
We'll be back. We back. Go to them, go say to them, he has permitted you to join with your wives since you have been separated 3 days. So now, first things first. After the 3 days of becoming clean, making the new garments, separating for the wives and everything else, right? This is the Shavuot at the end of the year. After the joining into the covenant, they have been separated from their wives for 3 days. The Most High told them, first things first, go to them. Every man, go be with your wife. Now it's nookie time. It's nookie time.
Go join with your wives.
Plural. Go to join with your wives.
Yeah.
Since you have been separated 3 days, go, it's been 3 days. Give all your wives some. What is the Most High telling them to do? Go have sex with all of them.
Right.
Bathe in between.
That's right.
Okay? But go sleep with all of them, get all of them pregnant. I'm about to multiply the nation. Now, therefore, be separate from thy wife, that with the orders above thou mayest stand before me, and I will speak with thee the commandments, statutes, and judgments, which thou shalt teach them to perform in the land that I give you to inherit. So he told them then, after they came into the covenant, to join with their wives.
Right.
Now, this generation, he's telling you now, okay? This girlfriend stuff, separate from it. This dating, separate from it. The lawful marriages under the law, you marry, remain. Where you get that from? Ezekiel chapter 22 explains this very same thing. Ezekiel chapter 18 explains this very same thing. Do not approach the non-virgin women. A virgin, that's lawful.
Yes.
You taking her in her virginity. If she's not a virgin, don't touch her. Don't touch her. Okay? If you're already married at this point, remain. Return to your wives. But for the non-virgins, that's it. To the men, if you approach unto these non-virgin women, you're going to see. And now observe to do as Yah your Allah has commanded you. Decline not to the right hand or the left. Don't turn away from this instruction to the right or the left, to go in any direction or to follow what anybody else has to say. Don't compare this instruction to what anybody else has to say or anybody in any comment or anybody of any type of understanding to see if it's valid or true, or is this brother off, or to speak against me, because I'm telling you right now, there's a price to pay.
Robert Shea. Here in 31, where it says, when the instructions were given to the men for them to go teach the wives so that they would be able to perform. I see a lot of men complain about the condition of us women. And we women are in very bad conditions, but it's something that you shared with me the other day, is that we women have to be taught.
Yes.
And it's written right here.
Yes. If you don't teach the women, how do you expect them, as the first teachers of the children, to teach anything that is right? So it says here, she's talking in verse 31. It says, now therefore be separate from thy wife. Now it's not saying thy wife. I just want you to understand. Right? You have to have context. When you have confusion like this, you have to find the second witness. The witness is in Ezekiel. Because he just said, go join to your wife.
Right.
If you are not lawfully married. Okay? So if you're already in a relationship, endow her to be your wife. If you're dating her, under the law, commit to marriage now and go and be with your wife. Okay? Or your wives. I don't care if it's 2, 3. Marry them all. I don't care if it's 14. Marry them all. But if you are not already in a relationship, do not approach to a non-virgin woman. She preys upon your very soul. So if you are already in a relationship, remain. Go enjoy your wife. If you are not in a relationship, don't touch her. Separate from them for the purpose that the orders above may stand before the Most High, and I will speak with you. I'm teaching you the commandments, the statutes, the judgments, which you shall teach. You see? So these laws I'm teaching you now, share them. Teach this. Don't take wives because everybody has to get here first. And you shall teach them. So you need to know these these rules before you come into the land that I give you to inherit. So you have knowledge of it beforehand. So you can't say, I know. And even if you don't know, I'm just letting you know. It's going to get enforced here. I'm telling you from the door. It's never going to change, right? Because to get here, you got to contact me. Right? To get here, to know where we are, you have to reach out and contact me. If you don't reach out and contact me, you won't know. You don't know, you're not coming. That's a simple thing.
Right.
Right? You're not coming. So you're in catch 22. You want to know. You want to come in your own terms and in your own time. No, I'm not telling you. Die. It's on your terms. I'm here to serve the law. So you want to know? You have to reach out and ask. When you reach out and ask, we have a conversation. I'm going to know, and I'm going to share with you what the rules are. Once you know what the rules are, you're going to walk in it. If you don't, you won't be here. And now observe to do as Yah, your Allah, has commanded you. Decline not to the right or the left. So you have to teach the women. You have to teach yourself. These are teaching tools. These videos, they give you the basic fundamentals and understanding. I leave the book here so you know what to buy. You know how it looks. It's not sold in the religious bookstore. It's not a religious book. It's a manuscript. Manuscripts are preserved historical documents. They are not Bibles. We don't use biblos. There's no Bibles here. It's a Greek word. The name of the Most High is here. The ensign is here. Everything is according to the manuscript. I don't care what they put on the cover. I got it without the cover. You didn't buy that either. No support for where you say you want to go. You say you want to go to the kingdom, buy the land, and let's build it. Because you can't just waltz in somewhere and just, oh.
We people.
We the people.
Oh, goodness.
And I just explained this, and I've been explaining this.
Yes, you have.
Walk in all the way which Yah, your Allah, commandeth you, that you may live and dwell and lengthen out days in the land you will inherit. So now I'm telling you, if you don't follow my instructions, which I'm telling you from the book, which I'm explaining and breaking down to you for you to perform it, if you don't follow these classes, you don't teach these lessons, you're not coming. You're going to die. Because Israelites will no longer be permitted to survive outside of the law. Because you have a choice. You have the kingdom, build it in the law. Outside of it is death. So I set before you a choice. You never had a choice until you ran into me. I set in front of you a choice, a blessing and a curse, life or death. Choose life. Not much of a choice if he told you what to pick. So here's the laws, here's the ways, here's how we do it. By the book, verbatim. And this is the declaration of the commandments, the statutes, and the judgments which Yah, your Allah, has commanded me to teach you to perform in the land which you pass over to inherit. So you can only understand and perform if you are in the location. And if you was with me just a couple of episodes ago, Just about 2 episodes ago, it said, "Turn ye now, to go over to Arad Hormah and to the dwelling places of Ammon." Moses said, "Well, we went to Arad and Hormah, but we did not go to Ammon." Why? He wasn't talking to Moses at that time to go to Ammon. He was talking to this Moses to tell you to come to Ammon. Go somewhere else and die. Try it. I promise. Which you pass over to inherit, that thou mayest fear Yah your Allah, and keep his statutes and precepts which I command thee. You, your son, and your son of your son, all the days of thy life, and that you may prolong thy days.
Whew. So this what gives the long life.
So again, you either gonna live or you're gonna die. That's it. Your day's gonna be long, your day's gonna be short. And right now, they about that short. It's that short because all of these plagues are coming right now. Right? They never start off like it just a plague just descended. No. Every plague has a time of its growth and manifestation upon the people. You saw the way Corona took what? From the time they announced it, right? I found out in December and I announced, hey, this plague is coming. If this gets into the airlines, you can forget about it. They didn't go into lockdown till March. I was like, it's too late. I was watching the R0 and the gestational period. And I was like, this thing has a gestational period of about 14, 15 days. And you're talking about one person is infecting 9 people. Oh, you can forget it. This is going to go global. It did. You still feeling the effects of it. And it came out in 2019. It actually started in November. Now, I'm telling you, this next one coming, oh man, this is going to be nasty. Mask ain't going to save you.
Nope.
This is going to be like something out of a horror movie. There's going to be so many dead people, there's not going to be enough time to bury them. They're going to be just laying dead on the street. It's going to be horrible. But you need to see it first. Well, I ain't got nothing to say anymore today. Tomorrow is our 100th episode. So join us, right? We made it to 100. I know the class number is like 70 or something like that, but some of the classes or some of the episodes were not like reading episodes. They were like explaining and gaining understanding, different things, dealing with social issues, breaking down the plan, videos, the financial structure, how we build lawfully, how things flow. So we got 100 videos in, but only 70 of them were just reading the law. 70% was reading the law and 30% was breaking down and giving you understanding. Right?
Yes, sir.
All right. So check it out. I even made it a cartoon so that, you could be of a quick understanding. I know cartoons are popular today. It's a minute long, too. It was short.
Yes.
To understand how we grow, invest, reinvest in ourselves, in our own system, separate from the world system, in a Malkuta government, a kingdom government. All right? That's it. One step at a time, one day at a time.
Yes.